the measure menu atuane say metena say nyame ayadom mampanyini apaw no onko kasama national service enti wo hu to me prempren na ade ba ko a eku MPP amanyoko na se nyame amfafia bebia party ni ni akere no ahwe nkwaje ma biem sa kwana na mze menu atu esisu anopai
NDC.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, if you get the chance to engage Ghanaians, abra or mama overwhelming victory being seen in the history of our democratic ruler, we will have to be very mindful of your posture, because metiase so share conditions of service are necessary for any demand na e be there no crane nya be anim. Some are very, 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 I think, far-fetched. Nonetheless, say obi make claims say ebia obi odi animu MPP nintina or de semboni share na so ye niema because aban be unpopular. I disagree. Because said the odi can quote to scripture no odwumayefobia deserve na ketua. What am I say? Ti se nyame wadom na wo kwa aban mu na se wona afei de ese mo bom against ho ban no o take posture like this you create that room for people to now begin to question your government. No fa odono is a Ghana for the adom no wan hwe ara adom sabe wo horo sa odono ote mase enti ye hu ade no from a holistic manner. What must say yet say nurses focus strike, doctor focus strike enya papa, because it be video now can mahu very disheartening. And I know me emergency and I call na nurse be anywhere. I know how what must say. So I get the point, but for you to politicize the say my many MPP
no, but they said they have even engaged the minister since January. And no woman say oh I dey menua Patrick Nyanti say government is in continue. Yeah. MPP amanyoko no go into negotiations. Kianeke meyama change of government about in the running of government, in the scheme of governance. No, we don't have to say there have been a change of government. The reason for transition teams in government say aban before a transition mayehu how critical certain decisions and every stage and the quantum of seriousness in the sense of urgency attach it to every policy framework. Anything a transition teams. And this year transition and yes, economic cafe and say you didn't go through to minty. No, you go through every sector of the economy. In fact, the most essential aspect of the economy are health count. Only say, okay, this policy direction, Yadru has say, Oba, try as much as possible within this period. Say be a one baby I could do so better as one pepe and komiaba. What must say? So nobody can tell me on this platform say the said transition team didn't know. Say these conditions of service and the next for these things were critical to the discussions of the said transition team. All number account Wontumi can say they know so take you over as minister of the sector. No one said these conditions have been met, and I said there have been massive assurance. It is on the plate. We have to act on it. No manner. These matters were more present than changing CEOs. Yeah, these matters were more present than say fire at will, higher fire because Ghana Wontumi. I mean, these were needless. If in fact, Oko fire Temale teaching was in fact also the NDC in you could have done that without creating that drama. Into the best friend say Ghana form a very good victory. Right. Now there has been some goodwill. Into the best almost they are pushing in addressing some of these things, because I think they are doing well. No two ways about that. I think partner but these are some of the things that a crash or goodwill. So let's see the issues as they are. Danze. When you are better now, Obi Mami, I don't pay having said that, maybe person share see issues. No matter who to me so kaka. Okay, Chroma say na yo no. Yes, or hina yen kanasem. So ni Mr. Aben. Or hina yen kanasem. Or no di bibi nkwan. Or hina yen kanasem. President Akufo-Addo, money or the MPP amanyoko. I think the MPP as a party deserves an apology from President Akufo-Addo. Yes. Why?
If you look at reports about Michael Kwe report, Ashanti region reporter, Brofo Bakwana no Pania can was intransigent. Just say think twan. I know na come MPP abedu they agree. The same offense. Bone corona media firms aye bone corona regulation infractions. Say mentiment to yes case me to ama NCA. Me am need licenses and so me operate our backdoor. All these things emra ebu regulation 54.
of the Electronic Communication Act. This is not the first time non-compliance in the communication and the media space.
Right.
But actually how two different governments have handled these issues. It is on record. Say, Abra, NPP Amanyoko around 2017-18, all closely media firms, there were petitions.
Yeah.
Say, no, let them go back to drawing board. Akufo-Addo NTA. Okay? Politically, the outside boy may see say you want to curtail media freedom. What am I say?
Yeah.
And so there have been illegalities on the part of these stakeholders of the said media firms. You get the point. But for the sake of a broader governance, sometimes an be an bye.
Yeah.
Akufo-Addo NTA. Now look at what President Mahama has done. Was scored good political points for himself and of course for his party and his government. Emrakrona na area Sam George apply. Yeah, that's already Omanpenyin said Mejitum said they have been infractions, but let them go back to them.
Yeah.
Them more time to rectify. This is what the NPP needed from President Akufo-Addo. Bawumia. Enei GJ about President Mahama Baso, and you know the effect of these commendations. You know, politically, you know. And sometimes NPP Amanyoko no ye koye nimu no.
Right.
Abra omo work coming. Say impose ya work coming at my bar. Mo come nimu no mesremo. These are some of the things you have to look at. You don't put leaders who are intransigent. Omanpanyini version 2.0 idea. Omanpanyini 8 and he's doing right. Not 2 years. They should do proper scrutiny. Right. Some people should not be airborne. And they may be in some first class. Some of the things should not be airborne. In fact, some programs should not be airborne. Even the timing of some programs. I can say I no cry back up. You no cry my own. And then my program the kind of things are at the most active hours of the day. These are some of the things that after so much these regulations, they should also monitor.
Yeah. And I'll be because
these things you get it. These are some of the things that and also this one. Now me dey hear me pa ba ko nie. Papa Wontumi asem no. My eni no kura my own. We are young politicians in here. One of the key things I'm among for rural politics now, not because they want to save this country. Most of rural politics, young individuals, no, motivation Article 7-1. Any emolument. Enti or share say, oh, ni be a teacher, ni watemo answer the nano pane conditions of service and amanes for cracko. Ako striking. Nisika wachara sa 3,000. Obi rural politics mo di ebo chobo emiensa or the reform or the land cruisem. Enti that is where the motivation lies. Enti Emma womu entimi. What I say? Emma omo farmer no entimi go into the political space. Now one also omako political space no. Most of them go to the political space to hide behind political power to conceal certain criminal in orientation and inclinations. Okay? You Wontumi asem na obuza say ejenu anase set up. The law is the law. Kruma say yema mranya adwuma. Yesora na Ghana de mranya adwuma. Ghana de mranya emra so ka say ye adwuma. We have issues with the law. Per Article 88 yama Attorney General power to investigate, to prosecute. Now Attorney General yenhwehwemu ka kire wo say there are some infractions to cry. It goes beyond the borders of this country. In fact, we are tracking you on fraudulent matters, on money laundering matters, on international crime-related matters. Na amanyoko for NPP amanyoko bo tenguza yempene. Yema o meto no, come on. We should be serious as a nation. The laws of this country, the constitution is the supreme law of this land, and nobody, not even the president, is superior to the laws. Na nya party chairman. Sabe yeni no kwa mayan. Any licenses, concessions, allegedly, according to OSP, and all the others, you echo all the security agencies on moving investigating Wontumi. It's on record. So, auto concessions, ma'am, for being quite in excess of 300,000, being quite go in exchange. These things are on record. And he said, no, allegations when you know, they are good papa. Now, your frost brand shows him in Zambia, Umri Yakum. Now, what free parliament? Lawmakers who are trying to be unlawful. Lawmakers trying to be unlawful. some much past now on anti-cotton for mono. Would they change these allegations? Will it? And you see, what are we trying to give to the public? Just any a politician there, any no bit my do pay or party for a they will show you from the law and the effect of the law. No, we should not create such a political culture. And you can say near Chachere, yeah, mine, and you can say near Amman Zemkuma. And ma will be a matrana because then somebody be a near and somebody be a near
right.
What you Obi a impo. Bra now look at the vehicle and not chairman them. You just say Oscar. Already issues now about home. Say, coin of us when you see be coin of us when you name crown you don't even put yourself up in that way to even speak to the facts around you at the time.
Yeah.
Ain't he? Yes, right? Yes, right. Politics now, my idea against political power. To me, a very fickle and very, very, very fleeting. To me. And yeah, dear, and idea Tanawa for Banka, Menyasha Kwame Nkrumah, Nanka Nifi, Katumi Nefri Waba. You get it, Nkada Soto or more. By any, and then I'm a Munia Patrick. Why Shema? Is it, yeah, who did to me come back?
Now mine was wrong.
And see, your best way, because why? Yensa say I say, your board chairman, your mom ran your humanity.
Okay.
Finance committee, right? About Becca oh, infractions, laundry near the Yamom ship. Say about your Wontumi. Come on, NPP Mabruni or Mom ye truth, but me material poyando. Then some more come loans. You see, let's be very serious. What could J Bosnia made the code for? And none material po say farms in the flood. I have another farms or flat burn a fire. You see, let's be serious. You see, my money, say. Our parties will be able to insulate us from the wrath of the law. Yes, Anna, Obia, but to the nearby politics to come and hide behind political powers and do criminal stuff. I don't the M or my M or in all mine a HH. Sabe Jama to me, Yebuno. Having said that, where NPP Amanu and this Amanu, they should be very serious. And they should be very careful. Where to me now, the Medigan canon, to me, a dane. Akokwa. Chairman Wontumi, regardless of their delegations, Sir Rambo stand on the Kofa Chairman Wontumi for very needless. Sir Rambo stand on the Kofa Chairman Wontumi, very needless. Akokwa, Sir Rambo stand very, very needless. Sabe, no matter the allegations or somebody of substance, he's a known figure. Friend, and you kikri na arms men na two na why ye call na. You see, sad ye bina eba krum ha say na where Mami can no it's a Fmr NPP. And anything now where vigilante act, you call ye who be where I say, ye campaigner, multiple man for among your code by any assess of national security. With now no proper training into a mobile and some who and I know not then talk me. Near arms or crab and more worry 29 years, 30 years banning a near the 2 need to say the terrorists being here. These are needless. You get the point, ain't it? Regardless. Now, can you bet me a Fred chairman of Monaco? And I know CID or Coco. Now, national security presence. Now, these things are very, very needless.
Sure.
Very, very needless. Ain't it? Media, the American challenge and say, Chairman Wontumi's case no is of a genuine merit.
Right.
Which will allow investigations and all the other things the security agencies and the law enforcement agencies need to do to ascertain right. And yes, set up more be a major can say a set up because the evidence to that effect, there is an evidence that there is nobody. I don't think UECO is that cheap an establishment to implicate somebody even on the international level. And see, some of these things, the MPP, yes, right? Don't go and do any resistance. Let the law work. If you put somebody in the space, he will be very responsible.
Sure.
It was really very, very awful. Now the McCryan say at the time nobody was bold enough to question them to me say the way and they President Mahama afuto achop
oh,
I'm being honest.
Because
Sebe Wontumi knew any bomb yam na we am pamacho. Omo and omo di anima ko pacha where were they? Politically they felt like they were scoring political points. The makacho say among some ya tem didie eya hunhuna by the grace of God Ghana for
yeah.
There is so much learning and so much knowledge in the space right now. Say a full politics now it will not work again.
Okay.
It is all now Ghanaians will punish you at the end of the day. It may papa you were free me nua be ma me mani ni chema Wontumi kopo obi acho or acho pa bi onu ankopa acho. Next time when you sit on air and speak acho pa no so won to dream say if he thinks say that acho pa is an solution and as a defense
the legal process
from the laws, then you won't forget it, because President Mahama is not the custodian of the law. The people of Ghana, our judiciary system, they are the vanguards of our laws. Until when you talk about and this issue must not also lie flat.
Right.
Next time, MPP for the people who man the affairs of their party, they will feel people who are very responsible and with the right competences.
Thank you very much, Gabi Chere.